Welcome back to this crazy experiment we got on YouTube. This is a video, and I'm gonna title this "The Actual How to Be Yourself." You know, it's something like people just say, like, "Oh, be yourself," right? And the thing is, you're literally always being yourself. Understand that you are always being yourself in any moment. You may not be the the ideal self that you want to be, right? But you're being exactly what you are unless you're deliberately trying to be something else. So, an example is if, like, oh, I was trying to be funny or something like that to make somebody else, like me, right? Then I wouldn't be myself. But people don't like that. People don't like that. So you're gonna fuck everything up. I actually did some notes here. So I prepared for this video. I wrote a little thing to center my thoughts on. There's actually this person named Don DePani, right? You may have heard of him. He talks about like how people in his childhood always made fun of him because he couldn't concentrate, right? And people were just saying, concentrate, concentrate. And obviously it doesn't work if you're not trained in that, if you don't know how to do it, right? So people saying, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. It's just like, what the fuck are you saying? It's like, if you don't have an, I guess nobody really has an experience of being 100% perfect, right? So you're like, try to tell yourself, be perfect, be perfect. Like what the, like what the fuck? Your mind doesn't understand, okay? So I'm gonna give you some steps in this video, and I broke these steps down. I think the main thing, if you only take one thing from this video, what I want you to take is releasing the trying part. You don't need to try at all. Understand you're already being yourself. Like I said, you're not being your ideal self, right? And then that brings me to why, like if you want to change, right? Why do you want to change? I gave the example earlier where I said, it's a bad thing, or your opinion, but I don't want to change being trying to be funny for somebody else, right? Because that's me trying to be something. If I'm not that, if I'm not feeling funny, right, then that's me faking it. But what you have to do is do something that you want for yourself, right? Like recently, I've started developing a lot more self-discipline, right? Just, it's the why are you doing it, It's not a bad thing to be different from who you are now. Like everybody's growing. It's not a bad thing to be different from who you are in this moment. As if everybody did that, we'd all be fucking babies and playing with block letters and shit, right? Like, what the fuck? It's time to grow, But at the same time, like, kids have got this unique sense of being themselves, right? And then as people get older, as they start growing and getting conditioned, right? Things that they're not aware of, things that they weren't taught. Nobody's taught this shit, right? Nobody's taught how to be yourself. It's just said, be yourself, And, it's kind of difficult, right? Just imagine yourself in like a concrete building, right? Like a concrete cell. And it's fucking painful being in that cell, isn't it, right? And you've got the way to get out of here because there's a door. You just don't know how to open this door yet. But you're sitting there smashing your fucking head against the wall. You're like, be yourself! Be yourself! But it's not working. It's not working, okay? What you have to do is you have to open the door. You have to open the door and then you can get out. In other words, stop trying to smash your head against the wall. Simply understand that you don't need to try. All you had to do was open the door. That's all you had to do. That's the key. You don't need to fucking try. You're always being yourself. When you should try, right? I gave the example, like I'm building self-discipline. That's an area where it's important. That's pivotal that you try. Because, if I'm not, or if I wasn't, right, a very self-disciplined person, I'd be like, oh, this desire comes up, I'll just, whatever, I want to eat a chocolate sandwich, I'm going to go ahead and eat a chocolate sandwich. But I'm like, shit, I don't really want that anymore. Being disciplined to me is more satisfying. It's more gratifying, I swear to you. But that's a whole nother video. Discipline is fucking life-changing, right? But that's an area that you wanna try to move in that direction. But the concept of trying to be yourself is a futile. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to smash your head against that concrete wall when all you had to do was open the door. It's unnecessary to try to be yourself when you're already being yourself. If you don't like the self that you're at now, it's really important that when you notice these patterns, being in that concrete house is like a metaphor for these patterns that you're stuck in, these paradigms that you're stuck in. You're in a giant fucking maze. There's a million of them around you, right? But you can get out of them. It's not like it's a hard maze. Like, your mind's going to tell you what you got to do. Don't worry about that shit, Let me get back on focus here. If being in this concrete maze is a metaphor for, trying to smash your way through the patterns and that's not working, you have to open a door. Like, fuck, I'm losing my train of thought here. Let me look back at my notes. So, like, whenever you notice these patterns coming up, whenever you notice the pattern of, I'm not being myself, or I'm not being the self that I want to be right now, If I'm not being that disciplined self, I could be compassionate towards myself, It's not going to help you, and it's going to make that wall thicker, It's going to make it harder to open that door. It's going to be a painful experience if you're trying to force yourself instead of just allowing it to happen naturally. Just be aware of the pattern, but don't react to the pattern. You're building a new pattern of making it easier. You're being a new pattern of, hey, I'm just accepting of myself, You're building a new pattern of being compassionate towards yourself and being encouraging, You don't want to, continue and strengthen the paradigm of, oh, I need to try to be myself. You don't need to try. Stop trying. Stop trying. It's like, I'm actually realizing now in life, like I used to be a person that says, never give up, right? But sometimes there's things that you really should give up. And I'm not saying, if you're somebody that doesn't want to give up, I think that's a great quality. But there's a differentiation between giving it up or the thing up and giving you up. If there's this circumstance, right? And there's this challenge, right? And then there's you're not going to give up until you conquer this challenge, or you break through that barrier, or you're not giving up. You're not saying, "Oh, I'm done with this. I'm gonna, take the day off or whatnot." That's something completely different. But these ideas in your head, they're not you. This idea that you need to try, you need to give that up. That's not you. You can still be a person that is persistent and determined and says, yeah, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fucking going. More power to you. I think that's fucking awesome. Be proud of yourself right now. Oh, shit. Like, I guess a visual way. I like thinking of things in, like, visual terms, right? You're like, if somebody's like, You know, I don't give up. Like, that's cool. But if they got a fire on their hand, they're like, I don't give up what doesn't serve me. I don't give up. And their hand's on fire and they're in pain, but they just gotta fucking give it up. You know, they gotta give it up. They could put their hand in the water. They could shake their hand. It's done. Give it up. Be nice to yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. I want to end this video with a quote that I think is really good. I don't know who said it, but it's, in all mental workings, effort defeats itself. Effort defeats itself, meaning, you know, trying and trying and trying is really just defeating itself. It's not doing any good for you. If you understand that you're already being yourself, there's no need to try. It's simply unnecessary. It's simply unnecessary. I keep reiterating this point, but the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to get through, because I've had this experience where, you know, people have told me things similar to this, you know, to the same point, and I didn't listen. I didn't listen. So, if you don't understand this on the first time you watch this, go ahead and watch it through again. You know, I really, if you really want to solve this problem, don't give up on, you know, wanting to solve this problem, but do give up on needing to try. You don't need to try. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's my second one. Leave a comment if you want, whatever. Do what the fuck you want. I don't care.